All right. And this one, I said, listen, we got to talk about this. All right. And I'm just going to, it's Disney Plus, but really we're talking about streaming in general. And here's the article right here. Do Amazon and Disney have a Netflix problem? All right. So it's talking about the way that Netflix is just absolutely getting crushed. Like absolutely getting clobbered on the stock market. And right now, I'm worried about Netflix. Okay, I'm not sure if you seem to be like, it's gonna be all right. I'm worried about Netflix in the sense that I think Netflix is almost out of here. Okay, I think they got like if you told me 6 months ago, and I do have the 6 months numbers, I want to bring those up real quick. All right, so these are the 6 month numbers from 6 months ago, and you can see where everybody's done. Okay, so you have the first one, which is Amazon.com. That's a share price. Oh, that's a lot of money, right? It has dropped 34% in the last 6 months. All right. Then the next one, you have Disney, Walt Disney, right? And now, of course, Amazon and Disney got all kinds of other little affiliates and everything like that. So it's not strictly related to the streaming services. But nevertheless, you see them. They've dropped 37%. But Netflix, okay? Netflix, their whole game is streaming, right? That's what they do. 72% in the last 6 months. If you put $100 in Netflix, all right, back in June or back in November, right? You put $100 in Netflix, you got $30 left. That's all you got left out of your $100. It has dropped 72%. And Netflix is losing subscribers. It talks about this right here. Okay, saying the dramatic loss of subscribers by Netflix may mean industry consolidation is coming. All right, it had to lay off a whole bunch of people from its Tudum division. Those are all, they were trying to set up this whole little division for black entertainment or black focused stories, but they had to let all them people go.
Of course,
they got them up out of there. Well, they were the newest. They were the new kids on the block. It's just like anytime you the new hire. If they got to make cuts, y'all first one up out of here. No. T, I'm telling you, you've worked a lot of jobs. You know that's true, man. You the first one gone. You the new hire. We got to fire somebody. Hey, we gonna fire all these old cats? Nope, we gonna fire the new cats, and that's what happened. They were new kids on the block. Well, hey, man, you know what? You got to make yourself indispensable to your business. To them, I don't know what was on it. I don't know anything about it. They hadn't even gotten started yet, as far as I know. Well, yeah, but they up out of there. But they had to cut jobs. They're dropping subscribers left and right, okay? They said they lost 200,000 subscribers last quarter. They're talking about losing 2 million subscribers the next quarter. Everybody's cutting bait and running for the hills. They say, I'm done. Out of here. They got to change. They got to do a lot. They got to do a lot more than change price point.
And don't talk about, don't ask, don't tell on the goddamn password thing. Just shut up about it.
They got to do that, and they got to get rid of all the woke garbage that they got in there. The stuff like they got to get rid of shows like Cuties. Get it out of here. People left for that reason. I didn't watch it either, and I don't care to watch it, but that affected people a lot. And people are sensible. They like, hey, man, I got this thing. You're showing this kind of stuff, and I don't need that. There's a lot of other streaming services. That's really Netflix's problem. Is there's a Disney Plus, there's a HBO Max that didn't exist 10 years ago when they first started getting rolling. That stuff didn't exist. You got Peacock, you got Paramount Plus. You have all of these streaming services. I can get entertainment from a whole host of places. I don't need Netflix. And Netflix is suffering that. The same thing's going to happen with Disney, and the same thing's going to happen with Amazon. Now, not to the same effect, because like I said, they have other things that they can do, okay? Disney has all of its theme parks. They have toys and merchandise that they can sell. They have a lot going on. They got films that they put in movie theaters. They're not just a streaming service. So Disney will be all right, I think. Amazon and the same thing. Amazon's going to be fine. But I thought this was an interesting conversation because it says, do they have a problem? And I think their streaming services are going to start to see the same kind of struggles that Netflix's streaming service is receiving. No?
Amazon streaming network is basically non-existent. It's a non-factor. But they've got good stuff.
They got great stuff on it, but people still will say, like a person like myself, like I use Amazon a lot, but at the same time, a person like myself would be like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's on Amazon that I am enjoying, and I'm going to tune that on and watch that over something else. As long as that streaming service exists, it serves as competition to everybody else.
See, I don't think this is going to be a big thing.
Wow.
As far as as far as Netflix, like I said, is going to bounce back. They're going to right their ship. They just have to take a fall. A lot of this is theater. The determination has already been. You got investors, man.
Man.
You think Disney is not invested in Netflix? You think Amazon is not invested in Disney? They're all friends. Stop playing like you don't know, man. This is just
70. You see that number, Jay?
they're gonna be okay. They're gonna be okay.
He-
Hey, blood in the water, blood in the water. All you sharks out there, I'm telling you.
I'm pretty sure there's some people that's out there. Hey, man, it's time to buy right now. But
Look at-
keep in mind,
right.
before Netflix,
That thing is lit up red. That's time. It's time. Time to do your thing. Baby.
I think Netflix is, you know, in my opinion, it's a company that's probably was overvalued at that time, you know, 6 months ago, because that was in the height of the pandemic and everybody was staying at home. So people were just like, hey, you know, Netflix, that's the place to put your money because they're getting all of these new subscribers because everybody's at home with nothing to do. But now that people are leaving their houses, going back to the movie theaters, getting back out to the world, you just see the slow and steady decline of this formerly streaming giant. Now I think right now they have to be, like I said, 6 months from now, what are we looking at? They have to be concerned about that. Like we lost 72% in the last 6 months. And yeah, we were probably overvalued to begin with. But what are they looking at? In the next 6 months, are they going to be, you know, under $100? You know, how many more subscribers are they going to lose? You know, and I think
you go after the kids. That's what you do. You want to right the ship, go after the kids. Go after the kids, get the kids addicted to the shows and saying, hey, mommy, I got to have Netflix. I got to watch it. Boom.
Yeah, because Cuties is coming on next. Your parents gonna be like, wait a minute, that's the streaming service with Cuties? Oh hell no. No, we're not having that. Turn it off, cut it off, done. You know, parents, we talked about it with Disney, remember? Hey, remember we talked about it with the Disney Plus, where those parents was kind of like, hey, Disney, you going with this R-rated stuff? You started to put little parental blocks up. Hey, we ain't with it. A lot of parents are not with, you know, hey, just throwing their kids out to the wolves and just letting them have that. A lot of parents are like, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this. Hey, it looks like Paramount Plus is safe.
I'm telling you, you know what you do? Then you market towards the moms. You market towards the moms and say, hey, this is a safe space.
You got to make a decision. Yeah.
Do Netflix Playground. Hey, this is the playground we were in. Hey.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. But that's it. I was just, you know, like I said, I just wanted to touch on that because of these dropping stock. I mean, these guys are getting
secretly, you don't like Netflix. Secretly, you have an issue with Netflix.
I wish Netflix. You know what it is, T. Like I said, I think Netflix has they're the best streaming service in terms of its setup. Okay, in terms of its platform, I think the platform, the way it comes off on television, you know, like everybody's copied them. Really, everybody's really copied Netflix and their, you know, the way they're you know, their everything. They've copied it all. So I like Netflix, and I like there's a ton of stuff on Netflix that I could just kind of scroll through and watch. But I'm hoping that they survive, and what I'm trying to do is really just discuss options and ways that Netflix could possibly see the other side of 2022, because I don't think they're gonna make it, man.
The cable companies who are making it increasingly hard with their internet prices, and then, you know, like AT&T's, their internet prices, they're extremely high because they're not making any money off of cable, because people are like, man, I don't want to deal with it. I mean, you don't have enough. The way they program things, it's not set up for this day and age. You had a 30-year head start, 30, almost 40-year head start on how you program things. You got to change up the dynamics. You got to make me miss it and then boomerang it back around.
Well, look at this with cable, okay? It says here, while it was expected, this is from that same article, while it was expected the streaming wars would devolve into consumers willingly pay for just 2 or 3 services and discarding the rest, cutting the cord with cable was supposed to be more about choice at a lower cost. It's gotten to the point where putting together your own package of streaming services is almost as expensive as cable. I think that was the thing, and then it goes on and talks about how it was poor timing for them to raise their prices, because you know, when you're coming out of a pandemic, you want to make sure it's like, hey, we don't know if people are really going to be still watching us. We need to slow down, probably keep our prices the same, and just see where things land. And if people are going back to the theaters, okay, we got to keep things where they're at. We can't just go hiking up prices. Inflation is jumping everything up. We got to be very strategic about how we do this. And they weren't, and now they're feeling the brunts of that lack.
And they don't watch it the same. I'll watch it on my phone. They don't.
What I'm saying is that if you jump the prices up to, what is it now, $15, $16, $17, you take Netflix up to a higher price than where it was. Because at first, one time I was paying like 10, and then it went up to like 12. And like, people are making decisions. Like you said, it's like, hey man, $17, I can't really afford that each month. If I couple that with another service that I got and this other service that I'm not watching, I might put all of that together. That's a $50 savings every month. You know what? Let me just cut all 3 of them joints, get them out of here. I don't have to watch. Okay, and I'll just stick with my Disney Plus, which is $8 or whatever. I'll just stick with that.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you. This is a yes or no question, and I know we got to end our segment.
Yeah.
Do you think the country likes when consumers are responsible?
No, of course not.
Because why? It is not beneficial to my business model. Yeah. I need you to be irresponsible. I need you to have a leisure and spend your leisure money on me.
Yep.
That's all this is about. People are going to be responsible with their consuming. Like, hey, look, man, let's work together as a team. You know what I mean? Let's be a community. Everybody's always talking about that community thing. Be a community. Hey, let's watch this. Let's not watch that. Let's be responsible. And in the end, it's hurting everybody.
Yep. I'm gonna let you have the last word on that.